Alright, hello everyone. Happy Thursday. So I am back for the s'mores in English that I told you guys I was going to do. So we're going to get started because I do have my caramels here, and if it starts getting like setting, then it's not thin anymore, and I need it to be thin. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. Alright, so for those showing up late, for those that are going to show up late and you're early, yay, thank you. They're going to be asking, am I going to save the live? Yes, I'm going to save it. Okay, I'm going to try to upload it to YouTube, but that's a big maybe. I have to save it to my phone first, so that's a whole other thing. So it will be saved on my IGTV. What kind of caramel am I using? It's going to be inside my course, okay, which is open right now. So I won't be talking about what kind of caramel I'm going to use because it's taught in the course, okay? So yeah, so let's get started, okay? So I have my 4 apples here, and I'll tell you guys why I have 2 different pots going on. I'll tell you guys in a bit, okay? So, alright, so I have my 4 apples. We're going to be doing 2 s'mores, and then I'm going to try banana pudding, okay? So I'll tell you guys about banana pudding right now. But, okay, so I have 2 and 2, and one of the reasons that I love this caramel is because I don't have to take off all the wax from my apples, which is a big plus. So if you see here, this one is super shiny, okay, and that's because I don't take off the wax, and I have no issues with my caramel. So win-win-win. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna dip my apples in the caramel, okay, so before it starts to get like super thick on me. All right, I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna put it to the side. All right, so we're gonna do our first one. All right, shake off the excess. All right. So if you haven't taken my course yet, or you're just signed up and you're waiting, just be patient. We'll go through this. But if you're using like Peter's caramel or anything like that, you can use Peter's caramel to do what we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm gonna do the second one. All right, I hope you guys are doing great. All right, shake off the excess. Hi everyone, hi. My throat started to hurt last night, and I was like, but I think it's because I've been doing a lot of lives and doing a whole lot of talking. So it's getting to me. But today's our last live for the week, so I'm gonna give my voice a little break over the weekend, and I'll be back next week for more lives. Okay, so with this one here, it's the same product that I use. The only thing that I did different is that I added some banana. So I added some of the amaretti banana compound. Okay, so you can find these type of flavorings on amaretti.com. Okay, so I am super, I dip these, I will try to talk. So I am super like basic, I want to say, and I really don't like to try things out, like kind of like if something has been working, like I don't really like try to change it. So I haven't really flavored my caramel before, so I was a little nervous about adding some banana compound into it. I still gotta work the pieces, but it tastes so good. Like, it tastes so good. So this is basically caramel, but it tastes like banana. It tastes like banana. If you're a banana lover, you're gonna love this caramel that's flavored with banana, because it tastes so good. I'll put it to the side here. It tastes amazing, and I'm like, what have I done? Because now I'm gonna want to try all these different flavors and see, what works, what doesn't. I don't know if you can do that with Peter's. I don't know. I know you can add milk, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if with Peter's you can flavor it. So you guys know when you go to like a Apple store. I don't know if those are still like in, but I know a few that are popular. And actually, let me log in because then I'm not gonna be able to see your comments later on. And you know, they sell like apple pie, you know, cheesecake, and they sell like, you know, flavors, right? But when I bite into it, it doesn't taste like those flavors to me. So I am very picky about that kind of stuff. So when I do, like, people have asked me at caramel apple class, like, have you done horchata flavor? Have you done like, you know, certain flavors, right? Like they're gourmet flavors. And I don't like when it's just dipped in caramel, dipped in chocolate, and all they're adding is kind of like cinnamon sugar, or, you know, like for the cheesecake, just graham crackers. Like, that's it. There's nothing else going on. And I'm like, this doesn't taste like cheesecake. Like, this doesn't taste like horchata to me, you know? So there's a lot of like, the flavors lacking for me. So that's why I don't really like to do those flavors. So for the banana one, I was like, I don't want to just add the vanilla wafers like as toppings. Like, that doesn't make it banana. Like, it doesn't. So hold on, you guys. Let me get settled here. Okay, so for the banana one, I was like, I want more, you know, so that's why I wanted to flavor the caramel, and it worked. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna put you guys right here so I can see your comments. Okay, so we're going to do the s'mores here and then banana one here, okay? S'mores, banana. All right, so with this one, you guys know I've been talking a little bit with you guys, and this caramel doesn't dry, you know, for you to like, you have to be in a hurry to attach the toppings. One of the #1 reasons, the top of the list, that I like this caramel. Okay, so I'm gonna clean my hands. So for the graham crackers, not the graham crackers, the s'mores apples, I crushed some golden graham cereal. So this one right here. Right, so I crushed it, and this is it right here. So that's what I'm gonna put at the bottom of my apple. If you want to use regular graham cracker cookies, you can. The reason I went with this one is because it's a little bit more sweeter. It has a little bit more flavor, which I like. So if you don't really like sweet stuff, then do the regular cookies. So I'm literally going to take my apple. I'm going to try to make space here, because or else I'm going to touch everything. And literally I'm just going to dump it in here. And you can go more than halfway, all the way to the top. Whatever your look you're going for. Okay. So something like that. Okay. If you want to bring it more up, you can. So for me, that's good. Alright. So I'm going to put it to the side. It's right here. Alright. So I'm going to do the same thing. Attach my crumbs. Alright. So there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna do the banana one. So for the banana one, what I did is I took some Nilla wafers, okay, Nilla wafers, and I took some dried banana chips. So this right here, I got this bag of Smart and Final. So these are little chips banana. They're dried bananas, and they're hard. Like, they're, you know, they're hard. So what I did is I put everything in a blender. So I did this in a blender, crushed them up. I did this in a blender, and I crushed them up. So I have these here. So these are my banana ones, and this is my Nilla wafers. Okay, so they're both crushed. So the next thing I did was I combined them. So I wanted more of the banana chips than the Nilla wafers. Okay, because I want more banana flavor. If I would add more of this, it would be just more sweeter than anything. So what I did is, if you do like 1 cup of your crumbs of the banana crumbs, then do half a cup of vanilla wafers. Okay, so that way you have more banana than vanilla wafers. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So that's what I have here. Okay, so a little bit of banana chips, a lot of the banana chips, and a little bit of vanilla wafers crushed up. Okay, so that's what I'm going to coat my entire apple. I've seen people do caramel and then dip in white chocolate, your entire apple in white chocolate, and then attach the crumbs. So I like to do it where I do the caramel and then attach the crumbs and then the white on top. So if you want to do caramel, white chocolate, and then attach the crumbs, you can totally do that. Okay, if you want a little bit easier, then do what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna get my apples. Okay, so I'm literally just gonna rotate them in there. And just press against my crumbs. Okay, if you want to go fill up more of the top, then just grab a spoon and just put it in. And it kind of looks like mazapan. Okay, so there we go. So you guys can see that we can still attach things pretty good, and they've been sitting there for a couple of minutes already. Okay. If you guys came in late, I dipped the apples in the beginning of this live. So I did it live. So if you want to watch the replay, it'll be available for you to watch. Alright, so alright, and that's done. Okay, so the banana ones are gonna chill right here for a minute. Alright, and I'm gonna move on to the s'mores. So for the s'mores, I'm gonna attach marshmallows on the top here. Okay, you can do the mini size marshmallows, you know, the mini size marshmallow, the one in a bag that you can find at the grocery stores, or you can do mini ones. So this jar right here is, they're mini marshmallows. They're dehydrated, so they are not soft. They are on the hard side. Not super hard, but they're hard. So this big old jar that I got off Amazon because I knew that I was going to be using them for, you know, these lives and for the classes that I have going on. So that's why I bought the big jar off Amazon. You can definitely buy the little craft little bottles. You can find them I've seen them at Target. I don't know if Walmart carries them, but you don't have to buy this big jar. Okay, so these are dehydrated marshmallows. That's all they are, and they're tiny mini ones. Okay, so I'm going to get a few. Alright, so I'm going to put a few here. Alright, I'm going to grab my apple, and I'm literally just going to start placing them. I don't suggest kind of rolling them. Like if you would go like this, they'll get like really clumped up in one section and it just doesn't look really that pretty. So I should just kind of placing them by hand and wherever you want them. You can do the same thing with, you know, like I said, with the other regular marshmallows. It's just gonna look a little bit more bulkier. That's all, but still delicious. I feel like it'll kind of be a little bit more delicious when you use the other marshmallow, just because they're soft and they have a little bit more flavor than these tiny ones, but I like the look of it. So that's why I went for this one, but up to you, whatever you wanna do. Okay, so you guys saw they still attached. All right, so okay, gonna move this. All right, so I'm gonna start attaching in the next one. I dipped right at the beginning, so I don't know what time it is. I don't know how long it's been. So it's like maybe 10 minutes ago I dipped, and they're still attaching. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. You can add a lot if you want to, a little bit, whatever We're still going to add marshmallows on top of it.
Okay, help me get the bag out.
So, all right. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna leave these marshmallows because we're going to be using them. All right. So now we're gonna be adding chocolate on top of them. Okay. So, for the s'mores one, I have milk chocolate here. Okay. So this chocolate that I'm using here is almond bark from Walmart. Okay. So I didn't add anything to it. I just melted it in the microwave and it's done. I didn't add anything to it. This is how it melts. Okay, so you're going to want to have your chocolate melted, your mini marshmallows on hand because we're going to add on top. So we got to work a little bit fast if your chocolate is drying on you. And I have a little bit of cereal, you know, the cereal that I crushed up on the bottom. I'm going to put on top just to decorate it. All right, so I have those ready, and then I forgot to take out my Hershey bar, so let me take it out. All right, so we're gonna add a little Hershey bar on top just to decorate it, just to give it a little, you know. All right, so I have my Ziploc back here. Bye. Be safe. Okay, so I'm gonna pour some in here. You can do it with a spoon if you want to. I like with the bag better because I feel I have a little bit more control, but whatever you've been doing, just keep doing it. Okay, so I put it in a bag. Okay, you want to do the hole not super tiny, like just a good hole. Okay, so let me have my Hershey bar open already because it's not. So I'm gonna, I should have taken it out, it's hard. Okay, so I have my Hershey bar, right? Alright, so it's ready, I have my stuff ready. So I'm gonna cut the hole. Alright, I'm gonna grab my bowl here so I can catch whatever chocolate falls. And I'm literally just gonna start from the top of my apple, so all the way to the stick, go down, go back up, go down, go back up. And you're gonna pretty much fill up the green part that's showing. So I'm gonna start from the top and then bring down my chocolate, go back to the top, and just do the same thing over and over again. Down, up, and then turn your apple around. All right. And just putting pressure on your bag, and you're just going up and down like zigzags. Not zigzags, because zigzags is the other way, huh? Just up and down. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to grab our marshmallows, okay, and put some on top. Actually, you know what? I did the other thing. Now that I'm remembering, we're not gonna add the Hershey bar right now. Okay. Yes, Joshua, I dropped them off last night. Because we can't have them in our household. We'll eat them. Okay, so we're going to put them to the side and we're going to do the next one. So we're not going to add the Hershey bar yet. Okay, so bring this over here. And I have my chocolate here. And we're going to do the same exact thing. So we'll start from the top, like meet the stick. And then bring your chocolate down all the way to the top. Down, up, putting pressure. Alright, and you can go pretty fast. Alright. So, just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna add our marshmallows on top. Alright, Okay, so we're gonna put this to the side. I have to let this dry before I move on to the next step. So we're gonna go back to the banana ones now. Okay, so for the banana ones, I'm going to be adding some white chocolate on top, and we're gonna do the exact same thing I just did, up and down motions. Okay, so this is Merkin Super White, and once again, I didn't add anything to this. It's just I microwave it, and this is what I get. Okay, it's all about not burning it, being patient with it, doing 30-second intervals, and then after that 20, 15. Also, your bowl takes a big, it makes a difference. So these bowls are not available anymore on Target. I used to get them at Target. But just find a good bowl that doesn't, like, when you do 30 seconds and you bring it out, it's like super hot. You stay away from those bowls. Stay away from those bowls. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna have my a bag here. I'm going to pour it in. Okay, so alright, I'm going to have, I want to kind of decorate it again, so I'm going to put a banana chip on top, and I'm going to add some of the crumbs on top. Okay, so I have that ready. Let me take, oh, and a mini vanilla wafer. Okay, so let me just take it out so I can have it ready, so I'm not like rushing. So I have that ready, and then they do sell mini vanilla wafers. Okay, you can use a big one, but for the apple, I feel like a mini one, it's perfect to go on top. All right, so I have that ready. All right, so same exact thing. We're gonna make a hole. All right, we have a hole. All right, make sure it comes out. All right, we're gonna grab our apple. Okay, and literally the exact same thing. So start from the top and then go down, top, down, and just go around. What I suggest doing, we did these pretty fast, okay? So you might see crumbs fall into your chocolate. So in order to avoid that, you're going to have to wait for the crumbs to really attach very well to your apple, so you don't get crumbs in your chocolate, because you don't want crumbs in your chocolate, because if you have to reheat it again, all that, it's not gonna be pretty. So wait, we did this pretty fast, like we just barely did them. So wait, give it at least 30 minutes before you start adding your chocolate. That way you don't have too much crumbs falling off. Okay, so I'm going to get my crumbs and I'm gonna add on top. All right, and then I'm going to grab my banana chip, and I'm gonna place it like there. And then my vanilla wafer, probably, let me fix this. Uh-oh, no. Like on the side like that. You guys, this apple is so good. I had one slice. I couldn't have any more because, it's falling. Because I'm back on keto, you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to the side here. All right, so I'm gonna do the next one. I'm gonna grab more chocolate because I ran out. Okay, and I'm making a mess. Yes, I'm making a mess. I will try to clean after myself right now. All right, so chocolate once again. I'm gonna grab my apple and do the exact same thing. So yeah, so I'm trying to be like super strict because, or else I just, if I cheat or anything, I can't cheat. Okay, so where's my crumbs? So I have my crumbs here, and we're gonna put some on top. But yeah, so I did try it, and if you like banana, like if you're a banana lover, then yes, you'll love this. If you're not a banana lover, don't come and say I didn't like it. I love that it tastes like banana. Like, that's the thing. At first, when you bite into it, it tastes like apple. And then you taste the banana. It's just like, oh, so good. Okay, so I forgot to get my other banana chip out. So I'm gonna add banana chip there. And then alright. Yeah, you guys, I just quarantine, and literally when my church announced that they were opening back up, right now they're closed again, but they're doing outdoor services. But when they had, like, first when everything started opening up, I was like, I'm not ready. So I was like, no, De Niro, like, you need to, like, do something about this. So I did. I started, and it's going good. It's going good, you guys. It's not super hard for me. I actually, I've tried many diets before, and I couldn't do none of them because they're super, super strict. Keto I can do. It's just the thing of letting chips go and that kind of stuff was, you know, but everything else I can eat. Okay, so the s'mores is not dried yet. It's still like it's still super wet, but we're gonna go for it, okay? Because I don't want to keep you guys hanging. Okay, so I like to use a torch like this, and I like to burn the marshmallows a little bit to give it that s'mores look. Okay, I tried with a lighter in the Spanish Live, and it does work, but I don't like the look of it. If you are desperate and you want to try it with a, like, you know, a lighter, you can, yeah, it works, but the marshmallows get burned super fast, so just be careful with that. So this torch I got off Amazon. It was like between $20-$25, and I like it. It comes in handy for a lot of things. So, and I like the look it gives it. So I'm gonna turn it on. And alright, so it looks like this. In the Spanish Live, I like hand held it and I was like this, but that's dangerous, so I'm not gonna do that today. So it's gonna be very hard for you to see it, but they are burning, okay? So I'm gonna start here. And see? Okay? So I'm gonna do the next one here on the side. Okay? And just don't get too close. And it gives it a nice they're still burning. Have a plate in hand. Last time I had a plate. Oh, I had a plate in hand, okay? And I was like going like this, but this time it was still going. Okay, you don't want this. You want this. I'm just glad the stick didn't get on fire and you guys saw all of that. Alright. Alright, so I forgot to attach my marshmallow, my Hershey. Okay, so attach your Hershey while the chocolate is wet. So right now, when you add heat to the chocolate, it's going to, you know, get soft. So you attach your Hershey bar there. So just like that. Ignore the burnt parts. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cereal on top to finish the look. And hide the burnt marshmallows. Alright, so just like that. Yay, Josh, you definitely have to be a chocolate lover though, because it does have chocolate, you know, on top. And if you don't like chocolate, they're not for you. Okay, so I'm going to do here the next one. I'm going to add a Hershey little bar. Okay. And some cereal. Thank you guys for making me feel better. Okay, so that is it, you guys. So we have our banana pudding apple here. Okay, and I'll show you guys the good one. The s'mores. Okay, right. So if you guys have any questions, start asking me. I'm gonna start paying attention to the screen, and we can sit here and like just have a little chit chat. But that was it for the thing. So I do have an apple here that I did earlier, literally a couple of hours ago, and it's been sitting out. And I'm gonna cut it. I can't cut the s'mores because everything is super fresh, and I don't have the s'more apples no more because I gave it to my nephew Josh. Okay, how long do they stay fresh? Okay, I'll answer that right now. What other questions you guys got for me? All right, I'm gonna try to clean up right here a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna cut this one. I'm gonna use a knife though. I'm not gonna use a thing because of the vanilla wafer, all of that stuff. So I'm gonna use a knife. All right. How much would you sell those for? The banana extract, does it have to be the same brand that you have? Is it possible to flavor the chocolate instead of the caramel? Okay, I'll answer those questions right now. So I'm just gonna cut it. Make sure you get a good knife, you guys, because sometimes we get sucky knives and then we're like, this is so hard to cut. Yeah, because we're working with like a cheap knife. And apples are, you know, with everything extra, they're hard to cut. So that's my inside. I cut it pretty close to the core, so that's the core there. Should I not? I already had a slice. But it's so good. Trust me, it's so good. Like, it tastes like banana, which I love that it tastes like banana. Okay, so let's start answering your question. So, how long do they last? That's going to depend on a lot of things. So it's going to depend, meaning like on what kind of caramel you're using. Different caramels have like, you know, different shelf life. So that's going to be different for a lot of us. If you're going to be using the product that we're going to be using, or you already took my class, you already know that these apples last a very long time refrigerated. So a lot of the caramel apples, you guys, they can last a long time in the fridge. So if they're refrigerated, I've tried 1 month old apples and they were still super green from the inside, super good, no issues. When we're dealing with, when you add like cereal to your apples, what happens when we leave cereal out, it goes stale after a couple of days. So make sure that you're sealing them, not just putting them in the fridge, or else it's going to taste a little like, you know, just kind of like super soggy and just stale. So just make sure you're packaging them correctly. I don't suggest when you're going to do cereal toppings, like, you know, like Fruity Pebbles and stuff, I don't suggest leaving them for a whole month because they will get soggy. It'll take in the moisture of your apple, so they'll get soggy pretty quickly. So for these, I like these type of like toppings. For me, they're easy to make. I can do them like, you know, like nothing. They're not like elaborated, meaning like I don't have to add all these details to them. So these I would make maybe like 2 days before, a day before, and I'll be fine. But yeah, that's my take. But usually when they're covered in chocolate and they don't have anything like, you know, like cereal, they can last up to a whole month in the fridge, I swear. So in the class, I have my old apples. And what I do in my class is I take one of my old apples out and we cut it live, and I show you guys what they look like a month later and what I like about it, what I don't, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so how much would I charge for it? For these, I said about $10 to $12 depending on, you know, the banana pudding one. It contains extract, which is not cheap. You know, the banana chips and the vanilla wafers, there's a lot of ingredients. So definitely up in the $11, $12 range. It also depends on the kind of apple you are using. You know, it can be small apples, mini apples, larger apples, all that kind of stuff will vary in your pricing. The other question that I saw was, does it have to be banana, the amaretti? So like I said, I only tried it this one time because I'm not big on experimenting. I just stick to what I know. I'm pretty boring. So this was my first time trying it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you like you can use all these different extracts. I think it was Carol that asked that question, and Carol, I know you've taken my class. So with this caramel that we use, you can try it, and then let me know. But yeah, I like them already because the flavor is strong, and I only need a little bit. That's why I like it. So I saw another question regarding chocolate. You know, can I flavor my chocolate instead of flavoring the caramel? Yes and no. So when you flavor chocolate, what happens when we add water into our chocolate? It gets hard, right? So you need to find a flavoring that's oil based. Okay, so this banana one has water, so I wouldn't be able to do my chocolate with this because it has water. So find an oil based, and be careful because it'll work, like meaning it won't, when you add some into your chocolate, it won't ruin it, but when you want to reheat it, sometimes it can burn because of the oil. Okay, that's just from my experience, so just be careful with that. So okay, Carol, what's the difference between the live and the class? So this live for sure is just the flavor. Basically, I go more into, it's broken down more into small bite size, more detail, more information. So and it's, you know, when I dip in caramel, is you guys closed up, the caramel is more like just not even facing me, it's just the caramel and the apple, so you can see what I'm doing, the way I turn the apple, the way I place them on the wax paper, the way I pick them up, the way I dip in chocolate. It's literally like those type of details that go into the sessions. These lives right here are kind of just a surface of what goes into it, but it's not really detailed. Okay, so did you put any flavor to caramel for the s'mores apple? No. So for the s'mores apple, it was just caramel. Alright, so any more questions, you guys? I actually logged off, and then now I only see the recent comments. I would have to use my finger here and kind of swipe. What's the best time to add a piece of chocolate to the top? Like this. When your chocolate is wet, I don't know, I'm not sure what you're trying to like see. For me, it's just when it's wet at the very end is when I add it. That's when I add it. I don't suggest doing it while you're burning the s'mores, because it's just gonna melt. So definitely, I like to add my little decorations at the very end. Alright. I don't think I see any more questions. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice, guys. Alright, so I don't see any more questions, you guys. So, they do need to, once again, it's going to depend on the type of caramel you are using. If you want them to last you long, then they do need to be refrigerated. If you want, they can stay out for a couple of days, like 2, 3 days, 4 days, maybe 5 days tops, out at room temperature, and they'll be fine. But if you want them to last you way longer than that, then they need to be refrigerated, just like anything else. They work the same way. But yeah, you guys, that was it. So I want to tell you guys what's going to be happening next week is I watch out for my stories if you want to participate in this. So on Tuesday it's going to be a Spanish live, and on Thursday it's going to be the same thing, but what I want to do is look at your, basically I'm going to look for volunteers, and you're going to tell me if you want me to look at your page. And I'm not going to be doing every single volunteer that, you know, shows up in my DMs or in the little question box that I'm going to put out. So you basically say, like, you know, I'm interested, and I look at your page and I try to gather different profiles that have different things going on, and I want to pretty much not criticize but kind of critique some changes that I see you should make, or if you're struggling, if you don't know why it's not growing, that kind of stuff. I will be kind of giving you my 2 cents. So I'll probably be doing about 4 to 5 per live. So and Tuesday is gonna be in English, and on Thursday it'll be in Spanish. I mean in English. Tuesday it'll be Spanish, Thursday it'll be in English, and there'll be different profiles that I'll be looking at. And just to help you guys out, because it's something that I had promised that I was going to do, and I did it in my class, but I didn't do it here. So the second part about this is that it's going to be taking place on Facebook, because I need to be able to share my screen. I gotta be able to show you guys what I'm looking at, the Instagram page. So if you volunteer, everyone's gonna be able to look at your Instagram profile, what I'm gonna say about it, what you need to change, what I think you should, this and that. That's how it's going to go. So don't volunteer if you don't want your page to be blasted like that. And I'm not gonna be mean about it, but you have to have thick skin, okay? Or else you're gonna get I don't want you to get hurt. That's not the whole point. It's to help you out. So it's gonna be taking place on Facebook. So it'll be saved. You don't have to have a Facebook to watch the replay. And I would try to upload it to YouTube, but honestly, sometimes it sucks. It just sucks and it just doesn't work. So I don't want to promise that yet. So be on the lookout. I'm going to be posting it tomorrow on my stories for you to volunteer. And like I said, I'm not going to choose everyone because I don't have time to do everyone's. But I'll choose one that kind of, one that I'm going to talk about this, one that I'm going to talk about this, another one that I'll talk about this. So that way you can all kind of relate to it and learn something from each profile. So yeah, and this is the whole point to this, to help you out in case you are stuck and you don't see why people are not buying or people are not following or that kind of stuff. So yeah, you guys, so watch out for that tomorrow. If you want to volunteer, then submit your name on the little question mark box thing, and I'll see you guys next week. So yes, it's constructive criticism, correct? Yeah, so you guys, the caramel apple course is open, and you guys have until August 3rd to purchase it. Okay, so if you're gonna get paid tomorrow, make sure you get on that. Don't let that slip, because I don't want to get you guys in my DM telling you I missed out. So August 3rd would be the last day to sign up, and I will be releasing the bonus pictures. I already released one inside my class. They already saw one of them. I'm going to be releasing those pictures by next week, so you guys can see them, and hopefully you find interest and you want to buy it. So thank you guys so much for the support through this course and through this launch. It's been amazing, you guys. Amazing, amazing, amazing. My mom, everyone sees this and they're like, oh my gosh, you keep adding names. You keep adding names. And yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to do, because I'm literally at the last... you see that? That's the last little section there. And I'm like, where am I going to put the rest of them? Because I know most of you guys, a lot of you guys are still buying. I know that. So I'm like, where am I going to put them? I only planned for you for this amount, and you guys have been just showing up. So thank you so much. And yeah, that was it, you guys. I'm super happy and just super thankful. All right, so I'll let you guys go. Happy Thursday, and watch out for the story tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next week. I'll be live again. All right, bye, you guys.